Alright, aloha class. Today I'll be talking about how to make text comfortable. Um, so, first is type is meant to be read. There's three different categories uh, that kind of cover how text is used in a website. The first is that the viewer will skim over the website to look for important information. Next, what a viewer can do is search the website. Search for certain things that they're trying to look up. And then third is study the information that's on our website. And so basically with skim, search, and study, I'm going to be showing some examples for how we can make our website skimmable, searchable, and also studyable. If you look here, I've put in an example of some unset text. Basically, this text is just it's all done the wrong way. It's really hard to read. It's not organized well. The size isn't good, and it's just really unorganized. I don't think anybody would want to try to read through this whole thing. So as we can improve some topic headings up here, and we can improve the size and the font to make it a little bit more readable for our viewers. But this, even though it's a better example, it's still not as good as it could be. So here's the next step that I tried. I tried spacing it out a little bit more, grouping areas together. What it does is right here we still have the header. We have some information down at the bottom here where our viewer can look at to study. But it's still, I feel like it needs a little bit more space and a little bit more hierarchy put in there. So the third thing I did was created some bolder headings with different color. Down here I created spacing between the header and also the text information, and I did that for both areas, so that if somebody was going to go through this website just to skim, they could skim and say, okay, here's where it's talking about typography, here's where it's talking about guidelines for setting type. Now they could also easily search, because now after they skim, they could say, okay, here's guideline 1, here's guideline 2, and they could kind of skim over these little areas. If they just want to read about topography, they could search for topography right here and then skim over what topography is. Now for the viewer that wants to study this website to get the most out of the information, the content that I've put in it, it's also very helpful and easily to understand, as well as informative. Those with the intent of studying would be able to go here and choose topography, study a little bit about topography, and then next easily find guidelines for setting type. And I've outlined here one guideline and another guideline. Two things where people can study from and learn from while using this website. And so that's one of the important things to remember in making text comfortable, is that you need to think of the viewer and think that they're going to be skimming, searching, or studying your text. I hope you learned from this video. Thank you.